Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Vibrations and Manifestations. Today, Jared and Alicia are diving into one of the most profound questions we all ask at some point. What is my life's purpose? If you've ever felt stuck or unsure about your path, you're not alone. But as you'll hear in this episode, your purpose isn't something you have to struggle to find. It's something you can allow to unfold by following what brings you joy. As you listen, I invite you to stay open. Notice what resonates with you. And at the end, I'll be back with a special practice to help you apply these insights to your own life.
Hey, Alicia. Ready to dive into one of life's biggest questions today?
Absolutely. It's a question we all grapple with at some point. What's my purpose? Let's unpack it on vibrations and manifestations.
You hit the nail on the head. It can feel overwhelming for so many people.
Hmm.
But what if, instead of this grand, singular purpose, we're meant for something more expansive? What if it's about continuous growth and joy rather than a fixed destination?
That's where the teachings of Abraham Hicks come in, and they completely flip the script on traditional views of life purpose.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Imagine this. You're not searching for your purpose, you're actually allowing it to unfold. It's like you're on a journey, and instead of stressing about the destination, you're enjoying the ride, feeling the wind in your hair, taking in the scenery.
I love that analogy. But how do we even begin to grasp this concept of allowing our purpose to unfold? It sounds a bit abstract.
It might sound abstract, but it's actually very practical. Abraham Hicks talks about the emotional guidance scale, which is like having an internal compass that points us towards what we truly desire.
Okay, compass. I like that. So how do we read this compass? What are the signs we're on the right track?
Think of it this way. When you're feeling positive emotions,
Yeah.
joy, excitement, enthusiasm, that's your compass telling you you're aligned with your true self and your purpose is unfolding naturally. On the other hand, negative emotions like fear, doubt, or worry are signals that you might be resisting the flow of life,
Okay.
maybe holding on to beliefs or situations that no longer serve you.
So it's about paying attention to our feelings and using them as guideposts. It's not about ignoring negative emotions, but about understanding what they're trying to tell us.
Precisely. They're like little messengers saying, hey, let's course correct. Let's wear towards what feels good.
That's a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of seeing negative emotions as something to be feared or avoided, we can actually use them to help us get back on track. But sometimes when I think about my purpose, I feel like I'm staring at a blank canvas. It's hard to even know where to begin.
I understand. And this is where a little visualization can be incredibly helpful. Remember that guided visualization script you sent over?
Oh, yeah. Do you think we could guide our listener through it right now?
Absolutely. It's a fantastic way for them to tap into their own inner wisdom and connect with that sense of allowing their purpose to unfold.
Okay, listener, if you're up for it, let's take a few minutes to do this together. Find a comfortable spot, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. With each inhale, allow your body to relax, and with each exhale, release any tension you might be holding.
As you settle into this space of stillness, imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a beautiful path bathed in sunlight. The air is crisp and fresh, and you can sense possibility all around you. This path symbolizes your journey of discovering your passion and purpose.
There's no rush, no pressure. Simply allow yourself to step onto this path and begin walking. With each step you take, notice how you feel. Lighter, more open, more aligned.
Pay attention to the subtle shifts happening within you. You are leaving behind doubts, expectations, and any pressure to figure it all out. You're stepping into a space of clarity, joy, and inspiration.
As you continue walking, you notice a gentle glow ahead. It's drawing you closer, and as you approach, you realize it's a sacred space, a place where your deepest desires and passions await you.
Feel the warmth of this energy as you step into this sacred space. What does it feel like to be surrounded by this energy?
And standing before you, in this space, you see a figure. It's you, but it's the version of you who is fully aligned, fully joyful, fully empowered. This is your higher self, the part of you that already knows your purpose, your passions, your deepest desires.
Take a moment to really observe them. How do they carry themselves? What are they wearing? What does their energy feel like?
Now, your higher self steps forward and gently places their hand on your heart. You feel a wave of warmth flow through you, filling you with a deep sense of knowing. They ask you to close your eyes for a moment, and as you do, an image appears in your mind's eye.
This image is you, fully immersed in something you love, something that lights you up and makes time disappear. You feel excited, inspired, and deeply fulfilled.
What are you doing in this image? Are you creating something? Teaching, exploring, helping others, leading, expressing yourself in some way?
Who else is around you, and what emotions are filling your heart? Allow this vision to become clearer. See the details, feel the emotions, hear the sounds.
This is your passion. This is an expression of your purpose. If words or phrases come to mind, let them flow. If emotions arise, let them deepen.
Now your higher self whispers a message to you, a message of encouragement, a truth you need to hear right now. Listen closely. What are they saying? What wisdom are they sharing?
They then hand you a small, glowing object. It's a symbol of your passion and purpose. Look at it closely. What is it? A book? A paintbrush? A key? A heart? Something else? Whatever it is, trust that it holds deep meaning for you.
This gift represents the next step on your journey. Take a moment to hold it in your hands and absorb its energy.
And as you hold this object, your higher self smiles, reminding you that you were never lost, you were simply remembering. They gently place their hands on your shoulders and say, "You are ready."
Now, you slowly begin to walk back down the path, carrying your new insights with you. The glow of the sacred space fades, but the feeling remains. You are lighter, clearer, more confident in your direction.
As you return to the present moment, begin to deepen your breath. Feel your body where it is. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes.
Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let go of any lingering tension.
How was that for you? What insights or feelings came up during that visualization?
Wow, wasn't that visualization so powerful? If you participated in it, take a moment to reflect. What did you see, feel, or hear from your higher self? Maybe a symbol, a message, or even just a feeling of clarity. If nothing came up right away, don't worry. Sometimes insights take time to surface, but the more you create space for this kind of inner exploration, the clearer your passion and purpose will become. If you'd like, grab a journal and jot down anything that stood out to you during the visualization. And if you're listening on the go, simply hold on to any thoughts or emotions that came up. They might reveal more to you throughout the day. All right, back to the episode.
Sometimes, simply allowing our imagination to guide us can reveal so much about our passions and what truly lights us up.
I completely agree. It's like we have this inner wisdom that's always available to us, and sometimes we just need to create space for it to emerge. That visualization was powerful. I felt a real sense of clarity and possibility during those few minutes. It's like, boom, a light bulb went off.
That's the beauty of tapping into our subconscious mind. It often holds the answers we're seeking, even if we don't realize it consciously.
Totally. But, even with that clarity, the idea of allowing our purpose to unfold can still feel a bit daunting. What if we're sending mixed signals to the universe? What if we're getting in our own way?
That's a valid concern, and it's where the concept of contrast plays a crucial role in the journey of discovering our purpose.
Contrast, like the opposite of what we want.
Exactly. Abraham Hicks teaches that contrast in life is essential because it helps us define what we do want. It's like, imagine you're trying to choose the perfect paint color for your living room, but all you have are shades of gray. It's hard to know what you truly prefer until you see it contrasted against other colors, right?
Okay, yeah, I can see that. So those experiences we might label as negative or challenges are actually helping us refine our desires.
Precisely. They act as mirrors, reflecting back to us what doesn't feel good so we can get clearer on what does.
That's a powerful way to reframe those not-so-fun moments in life. They're not setbacks. They're opportunities for growth and clarity.
Absolutely. And sometimes the things we resist the most are the very things that are pushing us towards our greatest growth and expansion. It's like that saying, the obstacle is the way.
Okay, but how do we actually move through that resistance? It's one thing to intellectually understand that contrast is helpful, but it's another thing to embrace it when you're in the thick of it.
One of the most powerful ways is to shift our focus from what isn't happening to what is.
What do you mean by that?
Instead of dwelling on what you lack or what you haven't achieved yet, focus on the good that's already present in your life.
Like that gratitude practice we talked about earlier.
Exactly. The more we appreciate what we have, The more we raise our vibration and attract more good things into our lives. It's like we're creating a positive feedback loop.
So it's not about ignoring the challenges, but about finding a balance between acknowledging them and actively seeking out things to be grateful for.
Yes, it's about finding that sweet spot where you're aware of the contrast but not consumed by it.
That reminds me of a story from one of the sources we looked at. It was about a woman who felt completely lost after her daughter left for college. She had dedicated so much of her life to being a mom that she couldn't see what else she was passionate about.
Yes, that's a perfect example of how hyper-focusing on one aspect of life can sometimes prevent us from seeing the bigger picture.
Exactly. But the interesting thing is, the woman wasn't just fixated on her daughter, she was also fixated on what she wasn't doing, what she didn't have. It was like she was trapped in this cycle of lack.
And that's where the idea of staying general comes in. When we're feeling stuck or lost, sometimes it's helpful to zoom out and focus on overall well-being rather than trying to force specific outcomes.
So instead of saying, I need to find a new job or I need to start a new hobby, she could simply focus on feeling good, on cultivating joy in her day-to-day life.
Exactly. By focusing on feeling good, she creates a fertile ground for new passions and opportunities to emerge organically. It's like opening yourself up to the universe's guidance.
It's like when you're trying to remember something specific and you just can't quite grasp it, but then you let it go. And later, when you're not even thinking about it, the answer pops into your head.
Yes, it's that same principle. By surrendering to the flow of life, we allow space for inspiration and clarity to find us.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. But, sometimes we need a little extra nudge. What are some practical tools we can use to help us align with our purpose and attract more of that good stuff into our lives?
There are so many great tools out there. One that comes to mind is the focus wheel. Have you ever heard of it?
It rings a bell, but refresh my memory.
It's a simple but powerful technique for shifting your beliefs and aligning your energy with your desired outcomes. You start by identifying a desire, something you want to manifest in your life.
Okay, so let's say my desire is to find a career that I'm truly passionate about.
Perfect example. You would write that desire in the center of the wheel. Then, around the wheel, you write down 12 positive aspects of that desire, things that feel good to think about.
So it's like creating a vision board, but in words.
Exactly. In this case, it could be things like, I love waking up excited to go to work. I'm using my talents and skills to make a difference. I have a supportive and inspiring work environment. I'm learning and growing every day. I feel financially abundant, and so on.
So I'm essentially creating a vibrational match for what I want by focusing on the feeling of already having it.
Precisely. And the more you focus on those positive aspects, the more you raise your vibration and attract those experiences into your reality.
This is making so much sense. But what about those pesky limiting beliefs that pop up? Those voices in our heads that say, you're not good enough, or you'll never achieve that. How do we deal with those?
That's where another powerful tool comes in. Scripting.
Scripting. Like writing a movie script for my life.
Kind of. It's about writing from the perspective of your desired reality.
Okay, give me an example.
So using your career example, you would write in the present tense as if you already have that dream job. You might write, I'm so grateful to be working in a career that I love. I wake up every morning feeling inspired and energized to go to work. I'm using my unique talents and skills to make a positive impact on the world, and I feel financially abundant and fulfilled.
So I'm basically writing a story about the best possible version of my life.
Exactly. And the more you write it, the more you embody the energy of that reality and the more you attract it into your physical experience.
I love it. The focus wheel and scripting sound like game changers. But we've talked a lot about attracting things, manifesting things. What about taking action? Where does that fit in?
That's a great question, and it's an important piece of the puzzle. While aligning our energy is crucial, we also need to take inspired action.
So it's not just about sitting back and waiting for the universe to deliver.
Exactly. It's about co-creating with the universe.
Okay, but what's the difference between inspired action and just, regular action?
Inspired action comes from a place of alignment and joy. It feels effortless and exciting. It's like the universe is conspiring with you to make things happen. You might get a sudden urge to reach out to someone, to sign up for a course, or to take a leap of faith that you wouldn't have considered before.
So it's about trusting those intuitive nudges and taking action even if you don't have the whole plan figured out.
Precisely.
I'm getting so much out of this conversation. What are some key takeaways you want our listeners to remember as we move into the next part of our deep dive?
Well, firstly, remember that your purpose isn't something you need to find. It's something you allow to unfold.
It's already within you, just waiting to be revealed.
Right. And the best way to reveal it is to align with your joy, to choose thoughts, feelings, and actions that feel good.
And to remember that contrast is our friend, helping us refine our desires and guiding us towards what we truly want.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, but as long as you stay connected to what brings you joy, you'll always be on the right path.
So well said. You know what really solidifies these concepts for me?
What's that?
Hearing real-life stories about how this stuff actually works.
Hmm.
You know, those aha moments when people connect with their passions and their lives transform?
I completely agree. It's one thing to talk about the philosophy, but seeing it in action is truly powerful. And guess what? We've got some incredible examples from the sources we've been diving into.
Okay, hit me with a story. I'm ready for some inspiration.
All right, imagine this. A woman we'll call Jane, successful in her career, but feeling deeply unfulfilled. She's going through the motions, but there's this nagging sense that something's missing.
Ooh, that going through the motions feeling. I think a lot of people can relate to that. So what did Jane do?
She took a leap of faith and decided to work with a life coach. They used visualization, journaling, and action planning to really dig deep into her values and passions.
I love that she was proactive about seeking guidance. So what emerged from that process?
Well, it turned out Jane had this deep-seated desire to help others through creative expression. She had always loved art and writing, but had pushed those passions aside to focus on her practical career.
So she was able to connect the dots between her skills, her values, and her passions.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. As she started taking small steps towards her new path, things like volunteering at an art center and taking writing workshops, opportunities started appearing almost magically.
It's like the universe was saying, yes, we've been waiting for you to show up.
Exactly. She ended up landing her dream job at a nonprofit organization using her creative talents to empower underprivileged youth.
Talk about a perfect alignment. She found fulfillment and made a positive impact on the world. Okay, I need another story. These real-life examples are giving me life.
All right, how about this? A man who had been unemployed for a while, feeling lost and discouraged. He decided to try job coaching, but he was skeptical at first.
I can relate to that skepticism. When you're in a tough spot, it can be hard to believe that things can actually change.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. The coach didn't just focus on helping him find any job. They focused on helping him find work that was truly meaningful to him, something that aligned with his values and passions.
So it wasn't just about a paycheck, but about finding a way to contribute and make a difference.
Exactly. And guess what? Through that process, he uncovered a passion for helping others find their own life purpose.
Wait, hold up. That's amazing. He turned his own challenge into a way to empower others.
He did. He ended up starting his own coaching business, guiding people through the same journey he had taken.
I love how these stories highlight that finding purpose isn't just some feel-good concept. It's something that can have a real, tangible impact on our lives and the lives of others.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And it's never too late to embark on this journey of self-discovery.
So true. Whether we're just starting out or feeling stuck in a rut, we can always take steps to align with our purpose and create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling.
And those steps don't have to be huge, overwhelming leaps. Remember what we talked about earlier? Inspired action. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction can create a ripple effect that transforms everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive into life purpose, what are some final nuggets of wisdom you want to leave our listeners with?
First and foremost, trust yourself. You have everything you need within you to create a life you love.
It's about tapping into that inner wisdom and letting go of the need to have it all figured out.
Exactly. And remember, the universe is always conspiring to support you. Stay open to the signs, trust your intuition, and most importantly, keep following your joy.
Beautifully said. And that, my friends, wraps up another episode of Vibrations and Manifestations. We hope this deep dive has sparked something within you, inspired you to explore your own purpose, and giving you some tools to create a life that truly lights you up.
Until next time, keep vibrating high and manifesting your dreams.
What an incredible conversation. I love how Jared and Alicia broke down the idea that your purpose isn't a single destination. It's a journey that unfolds as you follow what lights you up. If this episode sparked something in you, here's a simple action step. Write down 3 activities that make you feel joyful, energized, or completely in the flow. It doesn't have to be your job or a major life shift. just things that genuinely make you feel alive. And if you want to go deeper, try the focus wheel exercise they mentioned. I'll add a link in the show notes with a guide on how to do it. Finally, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and leave a review. It helps more people find this work and start their own journey toward alignment. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep following your joy, trusting the process, and vibrating high.